Okay, Chaya, let us start.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you go through everything? What had we studied on first day
Yeah.
and second day then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell me, what are the topics that we discussed?
So we discussed nouns, pronouns, then verbs, adverbs, adjective, prepositions, then type of sentence, conjunctions, interjections, then first person, second person, and and possessive, adjective, and then that's it.
Okay, great. That's all we discussed. And then we went through one video. We also saw how to introduce someone, right?
Yeah.
What are the
Mm,
etiquettes to introduce? And we
mm.
have to start from WH questions. Or were we done with WH questions? No, right?
No,
We have
no,
to still
no.
do WH
Yes,
questions.
no. We are working on S, no, and WH question. This today's part.
Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to be starting with WH questions. If you remember, we have four types of sentences, or we can say three types of sentences. First one is positive, second one is negative, and the third one that we have is interrogative. In interrogative, we have two types of sentences, that is yes and no questions and WH questions. So first we'll look at what are WH questions, and after going through a small conversation, we will again look at what is, how do we frame yes and no questions. Okay, so WH
Yeah.
questions are very easy. Start with WH question words. What are WH question words? The question words like what, where, why, when, how, whose. All these are WH question words. Okay. Now,
Mm,
how is the only unique one which does not start with WH. All the others
yeah.
start
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
WH. That's the reason they are called WH question words. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the sentence structure is very simple. We start with the WH question word, then we use am, is, are, and then we use the subject. And depending on the subject, we use am, is, are. Okay. And then we
Mm-hmm.
have object and the question mark. Example, where is your friend? Or where are you and Louisa from? That is the question that I can ask, right? So as you can
Yeah.
see the examples here, where is your friend? I can see he is in class. Who is Sunny? She is my classmate. What is Seoul like? It is a very exciting city. Now this is the only unique one where we use what is dash dash like. That means we are asking the nature or the behavior of that thing or that person. Okay. So
Mm.
with this, always like will be used in the sentence structure. Remember that. Where are you and Louisa from? We are from Brazil. How are your classes? They are pretty interesting. And what are your classmates like? So I'm asking their behavior again, their nature. So I will say they are really, really nice. Okay, that is how I will answer. So write down the sentence structure quickly.
Yes, done, ma'am. Change the slide.
Yes, now we have one exercise. Did you collect the worksheets from the office?
No,
Okay.
I don't have any time. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Try to do it over the weekend. Okay, on Saturday or Sunday. The institute is open till 5
Yes.
on Saturday and Sunday. Okay. So try to
Okay. Yeah.
make it on Saturday. So you won't have to write this
Mm-hmm.
down. You can directly do it in the worksheets. It will save your time.
Mm.
Okay, do this exercise. So the left one, that is 1, 2, 3, they are for singular. Okay, and the right ones, 4, 5, 6, they are for plural.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, great. Tell me the answers, please.
Okay, first one is who is that? Already their answer.
Yes, the example is
Second
given.
is dot dot she's from. So where is she from?
Where is she from? Correct.
Right. Third one is what is her first name?
Correct.
Fourth one is dot dot student two student over there. So how many students are there? How many students?
No.
How many?
Who are the two students over there? Who?
Okay.
Okay. We asked that question. Who?
Mhm.
Who म्हणजे काय? कोण? Right?
Yeah.
That is the question that we ask. So then the answer would be their names are Jeremy and Karen.
Okay. So under that, where are they from?
Correct.
And last, I can understand.
That question structure that we looked at. What are they like? What are they like? Okay, so the nature is
What
being
are
talked about, the behavior. They are shy but very friendly. Just give me one moment, okay? I'm really sorry. Okay, sorry for that. Done with this, right? Any questions here?
yeah? No.
Okay. Let's move to the next part. Here we are going to look at greetings from around the world. Okay, so you might know in different regions there are different ways of greeting people, right? In India, we greet people by saying namaste, that is by joining our hands, right? But if we
Yeah.
go outside, mostly in say United States, they shake hands. And even in India now, in formal settings, we shake hands, right? And in some countries, they give a kiss on the cheek. In some countries, they
Yeah.
bow. In some countries, they give a hug or a pat on the back or a fist bump. So we should know the cultural difference between all the countries, okay? So that we don't get
Yeah.
surprised if we meet someone from that culture, or we don't get surprised if we happen to go over there. For example, I remember around a year back, I had two Korean students. Okay, and the father was a CEO of the company. So the company had approached me for training these two. Okay,
Okay.
through one of the reference. So the father was the CEO of the company. So of course he was very not very old, but he was kind of a senior citizen, you can see, right? Of course, a father of two, that means they were around 20 years old. So he would be 40, 50 maybe. So, but because I was his teacher, or I was the teacher, his uh, children's. So
Okay.
whenever he used to meet me, he used to bow because they were Korean. In Korean culture, Japanese culture, they bow to elders and to the teachers. Okay, so very surprising for me because he was very elder to me, right? And still he used to bow. So it was very awkward for me, but yeah, because it was their culture, I knew it. So it was not so awkward as well. But still, so we should know what their culture is so that we don't either make fun of it or say do not get surprised by it. Okay, so that's the reason. So try to find out where the other things are done. I told you about the bow. They bow in say Japanese or Korean culture in those countries. So you should know where they give a kiss on the cheek, a hug, a pat on the back, and a fist bump. Okay, so try to find out. That's your homework. To a
Oh,
small video where we are going to discuss the etiquettes of handshake. Okay, this is not my video. Basically, I am using it from the YouTube itself. So there is this famous person called Jamila. So she makes a lot of videos on etiquettes and all. So you should watch her videos. They are very good. There are many of them. So I'll just 1 minute. I'll just share the screen. Okay. Can you see the screen?
yes.
Okay. I'll play them. Tell me if it's audible. Okay. If it's not audible, I'll share my screen.
Or the rules for the perfect
Yeah, it's
Is it?
audible.
It's audible, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
handshake. So first things first, when you are doing a handshake, you're extending your hand straight in the line that follows your natural body line. Then you make sure that your fingers are wrapped around the hand of the person that you're greeting. Your fingers are also engaged in this process. Rule number 2, when you are going for a handshake, ensure that the web of your hand is touching the web of the other person's hand so that you can feel this connection with the other person. This will help you to better establish rapport or otherwise a trustworthy relationship with the other person. Now that your hands are connected web to web, fingers wrapped around the other hand, make sure to shake the hand firmly. Firmly means that you have to feel the other person's hand in your hand and engage actively into the handshake. You do not just offer your hand to be shaken, neither do you try to bone crush the other person's hand. The fourth rule is that your elbow should ideally be at 90 degrees. But of course, sometimes depending on the situation, if you are standing up to meet someone who is seated, or if you're seated for some reason can't get up, you're meeting someone who is standing, of course, this trajectory can change. But generally, when you are both standing, then your elbow should be at a 90 degree like this. Rule number 5 is the number of pumps. Remember the aggressive pumper who would pump it for hours and hours? Now in this case, the general rule for a proper handshake is 3 to 5 pumps the most. If you do less than 3 pumps, it might seem like you are shy, that you're not confident, you're probably someone who can't be trusted because you're trying to get away from the handshake as soon as possible. But if you prolong the handshake for more than 5 pumps in a very aggressive manner, that can show that you're trying to establish dominance, that you're being aggressive, you're perhaps being pushy. Again, keep in mind the culture of the person that you're meeting. In some cultures, elders consider it paternal to hold the other person's hand, younger person's hand for a while, pumping it for an extended period of time. In other cultures, people try to get away with least amount of hand pumps. So whatever it is, keep in mind the culture of the opposite person that you are handshaking with, but the optimal number is from 3 to 5 pumps. The sixth rule for perfect handshake is that the handshake should be done in up and down motion. It's not side to side, it's not in wave-like motion. Just keep in mind that you have to pump the hand up and down. Rule number 7 for a perfect handshake is ensuring that you maintain an eye contact with the person who you're handshaking with. This is very important. So our hands are connected and so should be our eyes. Sometimes people offering their hands for a handshake gaze at their own hand or the hand of the person who they're shaking their hand with. This is not the right way of doing it because this might give an impression that you're trying to hide something, that you're not someone that could be trusted or reliable because you cannot look into the person's eye. If you catch yourself looking at your hand, make sure to turn your gaze back at the gaze of the person you're handshaking with. Rule number 8 for a perfect handshake is, of course, smiling. When you are handshaking the other person, make sure that you give them also a genuine smile. Where they're gazing in your eyes, make sure to smile at their face because that translates as trustworthiness, as warmness, as someone who could be trusted and someone who could be approached, and you want to make that impression. So make sure not to forget to smile. And the ninth, the final rule for a perfect handshake is making sure that you stand up when you handshake other person. All kind of greeting forms happen on foot. This is about showing the other person that you respect them. You're physically fully there to shake their hand or to greet them in any other form of greeting. Of course, there are some circumstances where you cannot physically get up. Maybe you're seated at the concert and there are a lot of seats and people have occupied all the seats and you physically cannot fully stand up on your feet. Then you would gently rise up a little bit from your seat, say, "Excuse me, I can't stand up," offer your hand for a handshake. Or you're in a meeting room and you're seated at the table and someone arrives, you cannot fully stand up on your feet, you can just gently elevate yourself from the seat. You can excuse yourself, explain that you cannot get up, fully excuse yourself for that, and then offer your hand for a handshake. But in all other circumstances, if you're seated in the room and someone walks in and you can physically get up, then make sure to stand up and then offer your hand for a handshake. Thank you so much for watching this video until the very end.
Sorry, I
Ma'am,
was
it's
speaking.
done.
Yes. So these are some of the etiquettes that you should take care of. Of course, you should be making an eye contact. That's very important, and a genuine smile. That is very, very important. Okay. Up and down motion, not sideway motion. 3 to 5 pumps are enough. Also, one more rule or one more etiquette that you should know as a female is whenever we are greeting a male member, we will initiate the handshake as a female. Okay, and if we are not comfortable shaking hands, then we will either greet in some other way. Okay, so that is something that we follow. But yes, if the male member is say from a higher position, or say he's your boss or he's your interviewer, then he has the rights to initiate the handshake. Okay, but if there is someone who is at your level, or someone, say you are hiring and someone has come in for an interview, then it's upon you, it's your call whether you want to initiate the handshake or not. Okay, so as a female, it's your role to initiate the handshake. Remember that always. Okay, because the males will never initiate handshake. Because that is something that we follow in India. For us, male to female physical touch is not something that we are okay with, right? That is the reason.
Yeah.
It's a rule in kind of our culture, we can say. Okay, it's not followed everywhere as such, but yes, that is the reason it's followed. Okay,
Yes.
that is one more rule that you should know. Next thing,
At what are the techniques?
next we have a conversation again over here. I want you to read the conversation. So we know that Sunny and David already know each other. Now it's been a while and they're meeting again on the campus. Okay, so they are having a small talk, a conversation, we can see. So read the conversation.
Okay. So son, he said, "Hey David, how's it going?" Son, then David said that, "Fine, thanks. How are you?" Then son, he said, "Pretty good. So how are you?" Are your classes interesting this semester? Then David said, "Yes, they are. I really love chemistry." Then son, he said, "Chemistry. Are you and Beth in the same class?" Then David said, "No, we aren't. My class in the morning, her class in the afternoon." Sun, he
Class
listen. I am.
field. My class is in the morning. Her class is in the afternoon.
Afternoon. Son, he listen. I'm on my way to cafeteria now. Are you free? Then I will say, sure, let's go.
Yes. So here we are looking at yes and no questions. Okay, how they are making yes and no questions. Example, are
Mhm.
you and Beth in the same class? No, we are not. Okay, are you free? Sure, that's how he says. So we will look at the audio and then we will look at the grammar topic. Okay,
Mhm.
1 minute. Let me play the audio.
Exercise 7, Conversation. How's it going? Listen and practice.
Hey, David. How's it going?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
Pretty good. So, are your classes interesting this semester?
Yes, they are. I really love chemistry.
Chemistry? Are you and Beth in the same class?
No, we aren't. My class is in the morning. Her class is in the afternoon.
Listen, I'm on my way to the cafeteria now. Are you free?
Sure, let's go.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is how the conversation went. Okay, now are David and Beth in the same class?
No.
No. Okay.
Answer is no.
Now, yes, correct. So you can give more information along with that as well, or that's it. You can give yes and no as an answer as well. So what are yes and no questions? They are the questions they expect an answer. They either yes I am or no I am not. Okay, that is what they expect. So how can we make the question? The question structure starts with is, am, are, depending on our subject. After the subject we have our object. Okay, so if my subject is
Yeah.
I will use am. If my subject is you,
And
I will use are.
Mhm.
Are you free?
Okay. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
I want
and
to
the
ask
third
you,
one.
when can I use do does did
Do does did
part
is
of
used
the
in
sentence?
simple present tense. It is used in simple present tense. We'll be looking at that in the second unit. Okay.
Okay, and how?
So
Yeah, okay.
does and do is used in simple present tense. In
Yes.
simple
Do.
past tense, we use did. Okay. So we will be
Yeah.
looking at that in the coming modules that we have. Okay. Don't get confused
Okay.
for now. For now,
Mhm.
we are just looking at normal sentence structures, mostly which start with is MR. Okay, wherever we use is MR as our main verb. Okay, not as helping verb.
Yeah.
When we use them as helping verb, it becomes your present continuous tense that we'll be looking at in the fourth module. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we'll be looking at them one by one. This is just a simple sentence that we are looking at right now. So
Okay.
whenever we are trying to answer yes and no question, which start with is MR, we will say yes, I am, or yes, she is, or yes, he is. Okay. Or no, they are not. That is how we will say. So with yes and no, we after a comma, we will include a small answer. Okay, after a comma.
Yeah.
So that is how we answer. Example, are you free? I can say yes, I am, or no, I am not. Is David from Mexico? Yes, he is, or no, he is not. Is Beth's class in the morning? Yes, it is. Are you and Beth in the same class?
Mhm.
Sorry?
Ma'am, just want to ask you,
Mhm.
in daily life, we can use no, he isn't. We can use.
Yeah, we can use that.
Okay.
We can use no, he isn't, or no, he is not. Both are correct. Okay.
Mhm.
Yep. Are you and Beth in the same class? Yes, we are, or no, we are not. And are your classes interesting? I can say yes, they are, or no, they are not. Okay, that is how I can answer these questions. Understood? Any questions here?
No, I can understand.
Okay, write this down. It's very easy. The first module and the second module is going to be very easy for you. It is just to see if we are making any errors, and if any, to make corrections. That's the reason we start with a very easy topic. because sometimes we have a mixed group, right? Sometimes the students already know a bit of English, sometimes the students are at a very beginner level. So it's better to start with 0, right? That is the reason. So write this down quickly and then we will do the question answers.
Yes, done, ma'am.
Okay, do this exercise. Okay, so remember, if the person is giving an answer, there is after it's a full stop here. Okay, you can see the full stop, and after full stop, there will again be our pronouns and
Ask
then
the
the
question.
is MR. Okay, the more information about that answer. Done?
Just a minute, ma'am.
Sure. Just do the part A. Part B, you can do it for homework. Okay, I'll just tell you how to do it. You do it for homework. Just do the part A for now.
मैम हम आप ही बता दो स्टार्टिंग में पार्ट ए.
Okay, sure. Is Miss Grieve from the United States? Yes, she is. She is from Chicago. Okay, so it is adding more information to the question asked. Is English class at 10? No, it is not. It is at 11. Okay. Are you and Monique from France? Yes, we are. We are from Paris. So you must, I am assuming that you have done the vocabulary exercise for the unit 1 and you know Paris is in France and Chicago is in United States. Okay. Next. Are Mr. and Mrs. Tavares American? No, they are not. They are Brazilian. So again, in the first exercise, if you remember the vocabulary exercise, you have the nationalities as well, right? So if the person belongs to Brazil, we call them Brazilian. And if the person belongs to America, we call them, or United States of America, we call them American, right? We call him American. And for India, we call them Indians. So that is how we do this exercise.
We will discuss first, Tanja, like a unit 1. There is Miss Gray from United States? Then answer is yes, she is from. Already from the Vienna.
No. Yes, she is. There is a full stop. After that, we say she is from Chicago. So that is the reason I mentioned when you started doing. Yes. Yes, she is. So we are answering yes or no question. And after that, we are giving more information. Okay. She is from Chicago. So she is 2 times in that sentence. Okay. In that particular line over there. So that is the reason I mentioned there is a full stop over there. Most of the people get confused with this exercise. Okay?
Yeah, and second, is English class at 10 o'clock? Then no, it is. And then
No, it
full
is not.
stop.
With no, we will use not. No, it is not. Okay. And then after the full stop, we are giving the correct information because the answer was no, right? So we are giving the right information. It is at 11.
Okay.
That is how we answer. If the answer is no, we will give the right information after that. So same thing when you do the exercise B, there are a few questions asked about you. So you will try answering them. And if your answer is no, I am not, then you will give the correct information. For example, for the first one, are you from the United States? No, I am not. I am from India. That is what you will say. Okay, you will give the correct information along with that. And after that, you have to make, for part C, you have to make 5 questions about your classmates or about me or about anyone. Okay, but they need to be yes and no questions. So you have to write 5 questions in yes and no. You can just write the questions or you can write the answers to them as well. Okay?
Okay.
Clear with this?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to the next part. Here we have a word power exercise. This is very easy. Do it for homework. There are some phrases we only use to greet someone, and there are some phrases where we use to say goodbye. Right? For example, good night. Good night is always used as bye. We cannot greet someone saying good night, okay, at the start of the conversation. Instead, we will say good evening. Okay. Now, when do we say good morning and when do we say good afternoon and when do we say good evening and when do we say good night? What is the time frame? When can I say good morning?
It's a morning, 6 to 12, between 6 to 12.
Anytime before
Yes.
12 p.m. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 a.m. in the morning till 12 p.m. we can say good morning.
Good
From 12
morning.
p.m. to yes, from 12
Good
p.m. to
afternoon.
4
It's
p.m. we say
12
good
to
afternoon.
4 p.m.
That's correct. And after 4 p.m. we will say good evening. Now,
Good
till what
evening.
time can we say good evening?
Good after 4 o'clock.
After 4 o'clock till when? Till what time?
जब तक हम सोते नहीं तब तक.
Okay. So say if I give you a call at 10 o'clock. Okay.
10 o'clock.
And so you will
Yeah.
say good evening when we start the conversation, or you will say good night.
Yeah.
Good evening बोलोगे when you answer the call कि good night बोलोगे जब आप call answer करोगे.
जब कॉल ओपन होगा तो मैं भी गुड इवनिंग बोलूंगी और जब एंड होगा तो गुड नाइट बोलूंगी, पर मोस्टली 10 o'clock इट्स नाइट ना, सो ऑलमोस्ट नहीं बोलते गुड इवनिंग.
Okay, नहीं बोल सकते हैं if there is if you are talking in formal settings. आप 10-11 को भी good evening बोल सकते हो, that's not a problem. But if you don't want to use it, then you can just use hello or hi. Okay. Or hey. Now hi is informal and hey is also informal. Hello is considered semi-formal and good morning, good afternoon, good evening is your formal. ओके तो वैसे डिफरेंस रहता है. तो अगर आप फॉर्मल सेटिंग में बात कर रहे हो तो गुड इवनिंग यूज करोगे, बट इफ यू वांट टू बी न्यूट्रल देन यू कैन यूज हेलो.
ओके मैम, एक्चुअली ना मैं प्रेफर कर रही थी ना, तो उसमें गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड आफ्टरनून एंड गुड इवनिंग के लिए थोड़े अलग वर्ड्स थे, लाइक गुड मॉर्निंग को टॉप ऑफ द मॉर्निंग, देन गुड आफ्टरनून को अ वेरी ब्लेस्ड फुल आफ्टरनून, एंड देन गुड इवनिंग को अ वेरी ब्लेस्ड गुड इवनिंग.
Yeah, you can use that, but you have to remember those phrases then. Okay. Now, good morning, good afternoon are very basic ones. Everyone knows them. But if you want to use, say, a different kind of vocabulary or different kind of phrases, you can use them. There's not a problem. Now, you might happen, as being an HR, you might happen to greet a lot of people during the day, right? So you can use those phrases. Not a problem. Okay. So that is what you have to do. You have to put these words into the correct category and put goodbye words, like whenever you say bye, which are the words that we use. We use see you later, see you tomorrow, talk to you later. So you have to put those phrases here. And after that, you have to match the responses. It's very easy. Do it for homework. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll move to the next part. Here we have a listening task. What is your last name again? Okay, so we are going to listen to the conversation and we are going to try to answer. Now, it's okay if you do not get answers in the first go. I will play the audio again if needed. Okay, but I think mostly it should be easy for you particularly. Okay, now see, these conversations are in say foreign accent. Okay, so they're going to be a little difficult for you to understand at the start, but say when we keep practicing on everyday basis, after 2 or 3 modules the person starts understanding the questions. Okay, so for now just take it easy, don't stress out if you're not getting the answers. Okay, play the audio. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Exercise 10. Listening. Listen to the
Now you remember we discussed first name and last name, right? First name is the first name of
Yes,
the person, for
yeah, we
example,
discussed.
Susmita. Last name, you know, it's the surname, and where from, the region where he belongs from, the name of the country or name of the place. Okay, that's it should be only one word answer. Okay, that's something that I wanted to highlight.
conversations. Complete the information about each person. 1.
Chris, this is my friend Lucy. We're in the same English class.
Hi, Lucy. I'm Christopher Olson, but everyone calls me Chris.
Nice to meet you, Chris. What's your last name again?
It's Olson. Olsen.
And where are you from, Chris?
I'm from here, the United States. Originally from Los Angeles.
Wow. How do you like Los Angeles?
Oh, I love it. It's my favorite city.
So what is the answer for the first question? His last name is
There's something Lois something.
Olsen. It was Olsen. So he even spelled it out, right? Olsen. Olsen. And where is he from?
It's something Greece, no?
No. Chris is his first name, right? It's given over here. So Chris Olsen, that's his full name. And where is he from? So he's from the United States itself. He is from Los Angeles. Okay. So for homework, you'll try listening to it again. I'll play the second part.
2.
Okay, Ms. Sanchez, let me just check this information. Is your first name spelled Isabel?
No, it's not. My first name is Isabella. It's spelled Isabella.
Okay, thanks. And you're from Argentina, right?
No, I'm not from Argentina. I'm from Mexico.
Oh, sorry, Mexico. But you are studying English.
Actually, I'm not. I'm a business student.
Business. Okay, got it.
3.
Excuse me,
Did you get the answer to the second question?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
you Hyun Kim?
Yes, I am.
Is your brother Minho Kim?
Yes, he is.
Tell me, is Minho still here at the university?
No, he's not. He's at home in South Korea.
Oh, he's in South Korea? Is he in school there?
Yeah, he's at Seoul University this semester.
Okay, so did you get the answer? His first name is Minho and the last name is Kim. Okay, and where are they from? Of course, South Korea.
South Korea. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Now for the first part, try listening to the audio in homework. Okay, try to understand the answer to it, but practice it. Okay, that's very important. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay, so we looked at plosive sounds where we talked about p, b, and t, d, k, and g sound, right? Now we are going to look at fricatives, which I just told you, where we are going to look at the sound of f, then v, then the sound, th. So th sound, that is called, okay, where we make the sound of th, think. And then we look at th sound. So th always has two sounds, okay? It has th and the sound. So we are going to look at them, and then we will also look at s, sound of s, and the sound of s as z as well, okay, where it makes a sound of, say, buzzing like a bee. And then we look at the sh sound, which is very important, sh sound. And then same s also has the sound of z. So pleasure, that's how we say it. And then we look at the sound of h, which is high. Okay, let me connect to the audio and play it for you. First, we'll revise the previous ones, okay, the plosives. So maybe I'll share the whole screen. So, okay, I shared the audio. 1 minute. Okay. Tell me if it's audible, okay?
Yeah.
Is it audible?
No.
No? Okay. Okay. Is it audible now? Okay, wait, let me play the audio. Sorry.
Followed by explosion.
Yeah, it's audible.
Okay, I'll play it from the start and I will display the book so that you can practice along with that.
Plosive. Complete block of air followed by explosion.
Pin. Cap. Bag. Robe. Time. Late. Door. Feed. Cash. Sock. Girl. Flag. Football.
Now the fricatives.
Fricative. Constant flow of air squeezed through a block. Sounds like friction.
Full. Knife. Vest. Cave. Think. Earth. Those. Bathe. Sight. Kiss. Zoo. Nose. Shirt. Crash. Pleasure. High.
Affricate.
We'll
Plosive
stop here.
followed.
Okay. So now this s, z, sh, and this j, and the sound are very important. Okay. A lot of people make mistakes in those sounds where we have to use and where we have to use z. So people make a lot of mistakes. That's why these sounds are very important. Okay. So I have shared the book that day with you. Practice along with that. Okay. And whenever we make sounds, you have to look at your lips and your teeth and your tongue as well, how they move. Okay. So your lips are very important. Your teeth are very important, and then your tongue, and of course all your muscles move along with that. Now, when we talk about sounds, wait a minute, I'll show you. When we talk about V sound, we have to make sure that our the upper lips are touching your below teeth when you're making the V sound. Okay, like this. The upper teeth are touching your lower lip whenever you're making V sound. You have to make sure of that. Same thing with the sound of F. Whenever you're making F, your upper teeth are supposed to touch your lower lip. Okay. Now, same thing when you're working on your D and Th sound. So your tongue and teeth are supposed to be touched. Your lips will be a bit open and your teeth will be touching each other, and your tongue will be between your teeth, a bit of it. You're not going to bite your tongue, of course. Don't bite it. It's going to be touching it. Okay, that's how you pronounce. And when you make the S sound or Z sound, your tongue is supposed to be touching the above part of your mouth. Okay. And same thing with the sh and z sound. Your tongue does not touch your teeth over here. Remember that. Now try reading these out one by one by practicing your teeth and your lower lip movement. Okay. Try practicing.
Ma'am,
okay, you can do it
read
loudly. Read it loudly.
Okay.
Yeah.
मैम ये हम कर सकते हैं कि क्योंकि 10 o'clock हो चुके हैं, मुझे ऑफिस जाने के लिए थोड़ा लेट होता है फिर।
ओके, तो कल ये प्रैक्टिस कर लेंगे, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं।
ओके, आप वो शेयर करके रखिए, मैं प्रैक्टिस कर लूंगी।
हाँ, प्रैक्टिस कर लो और हम कल क्लास में भी एक बार प्रैक्टिस कर लेंगे, ठीक है?
ओके, श्योर।
Finish the homework. We are done with Unit 1. Do the worksheets of Unit 1.